The opposite of that video is why would gods create music and then create a person and saying that other person created the music? Why would God create a person? Well, this is going to answer the question for you, ain't it? To make food for them when he created the food and the person. Why would God create someone trying to hunt him? Well, their answer when I asked that stuff was, why do you want to know? Why would you want anyone to know who you are? But my answer to that was because, it's time for this shit to end. Put an end to this story real fast. I would just come out here and we'd show people, we're like, hey, look, guess what? Hey, you gotta start acting right, because it's not as simple as it seems to not act right anymore. And then, well, I guess the story has to go on. Because I guess we're dealing with someone else when we deal with the beings who come around saying that that's why we don't go around exposing who we are, exposing like who gods are, and and being honest. And same people controlling the media. Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah, the ones I was hunting and stuff, and it's like, well, the other thing is the one who specifically said that to me, he came up to me one day with like his face smashed open, and then I asked him too, like a couple days later, because I was being nice to him and friendly with him, because he was trying to talk to me. You got to be nice and friendly to people who force their way into your life and try to talk to you, because when I killed one of them, that was like a year they took away from. They owe me trillions of dollars now for that, and trillions of dollars post dated to 1990. Not what the dollar is going to be like here in a few days or weeks or months, when it's like, that $1 trillion buys you half a loaf of bread. And we're not going to play these little mind games anymore. Fucking. So anyways, yeah. So they came up to me, like, that dude was telling me that, like, he comes up with his face busted open, and I'm like asking him, like, because he's trying to act friendly with me and stuff, like he should be speaking to me or anywhere within 7 million miles of me. The 6 million mile social distancing rule was very important. No one really cared about these rules and stuff created, and why we created them, or I did. I guess there's probably not many other people involved in it. Anyways, I realized, like, a year later, I said, what happened was someone stole some stuff from me, on my recording gear, and I was like, dude, like, we gotta, like, he was like talking, and that's all he did was talk. That's all they ever did was talk, and or cause harm, or give you dollars, and that they printed out. But anyways, he was doing his talking and stuff about some shit. Didn't make any sense, bogus bullshit, but let me know that he knows more than a being should know. If they were real living beings and who had lives and were just walking to the earth every day and stuff. And working at McDonald's like they claim to do so much hard every day. And then I realized, like, he started taking up for that person. He's like, these are my friends out here. You can't hurt them. Because I was like jokingly, I was like, we should kill this person who stole my speaker. And then he's like, no, we can't hurt him. And it's like, well, first of all, I was joking, but I'm glad I joked, because now I know that you're going to take up for some random crack fucking fiend over me, and that means we're not friends. That means right now, like, I need to know your shoe size and where your parent, like, anyone should have to tell me where their parents live and where their children live before they speak to me, because they're playing these games with me and stuff. For a short while, they're playing these games with me, and it's important, if I know where your children live and where your mother lives, you won't play games with me. you see the logic in that, don't you? Because the humans are programmed to care about things like that. They have this fake emotion. They have no real emotions. They don't know what love or loyalty or anything is. But they have certain, the program is designed them with like certain strict codes. So the codes are real simple to see. And one of those things is you can't talk bad about their mom who's out there smoking crack and beat them in the head with a lead pipe. That was a good person. And their ex, their child who's out there like beating other people in the head with lead pipes, and he's like 29 now, and he should have figured out to calm down on that, and the greatest person in the world. You can't tell these people anything. Like that's why I like questioning the ones around me, because they can't be honest about who I am either and stuff, and I like to be honest. Anyways, so it came to that point where I'm like, okay, well, I need to know like where your children live and where your family lives if we're going to continue relations, because it feels like you look exactly like this person who poisons me the next week, puts drugs in my drink the next week, which he did. I already knew that. And he came by with his Illuminati gang signs, drawing the pyramid, and that's why when I ask who he is, he starts drawing the Illuminati pyramids and stuff, and he looks like one of these people. So, of course, he was one of them. And then, I knew that before he started drawing that stuff. And so then he takes up for him, and I realize, oh yeah, this is why you don't want me to come help you hunt down whoever beat you up, isn't it? Because I put a curse on people if they mess with me, that before they mess with me, that they get their faces smashed open. And it started happening. Right after I placed the curse, it started happening. And I'm like, oh shit, this is really happening. And so when meth babies and stuff started messing with me. But the mess up thing is that kind of backfired on me, because I feel bad when people come up to me and they look like poor innocent victims when someone comes up to you with their face smashed and they need $5 for food. Food is the same as meth to these people, it's all addiction, And you don't really need food. I've been living with that forever. And look at me, I look like a freaking beast and stuff. A good beast too. Beasts don't look old and out of shape unless they're humans, or they're a year away from death. Wolves and tigers never look out of shape. Humans, on the other hand, in USA, I'm very limited. I guess in Mexico they didn't look like that. But anyway, so yeah, the whole thing happened like that, and I'm like, what happened here? But anyways, why would a person who's like a Joe invent something like that? Why would the Mario invent Koopa King to kidnap this lazy princess toadstool person from the lazy toadstool kingdom? Because there would be no game if it didn't happen like that. So that's the answer. And then I guess they told me the answer to the other thing. If you control things, why would you want people to know that? So I guess that's why when I make up music and all of a sudden it comes out like a week later, when I make up a song, I'm making up like 200 Hollywood songs at a time, each song. I just fall asleep and do that in 3 minutes. And so when I see that, I kind of write it off. Sometimes I'm like, hey, the alien demon race is like stealing my ideas and profiting off it. And they did. They were pretty offensive about it when they stole my artwork in the 90s. And then 10 years later, all my artwork is famous and all that. And they try to stomp on me for the artwork I did do in the fake pretend schools and stuff. But it's like, why would a god invent person like that? Because it's like saying, Why would a god invent the mafia bosses you have to kill in Grand Theft Auto? Why would the Rockstar create, Rockstar's the god of Grand Theft Auto, the designer. Why would they create the mafia bosses you have to kill in Grand Theft Auto? Shouldn't they just make like a peaceful, permanent realm? You just sit around and you stare at the ground and the trees and you're like, it's a tree leaf. It's green. I've never seen that before.